Welcome to the Sweat Simple podcast. I'm Brooks, and I'm an online fitness, nutrition, and mindset coach who's here to help you learn how to eat and exercise for real life, not just those perfect moments. Because let's be real, there is a lot of conflicting information online, and it can be hard to know what's legit and who to trust. In every episode, I'll be sharing the science and psychology behind health, fitness, and long-lasting behavior change, but I'll also be sharing practical, real-life application because all of the best info in the world only matters if you can apply it to your real life. So grab a coffee, water, glass of wine, or lace up your walking shoes, and let's dive in. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the Sweat Simple podcast. Before we dive in, if you are listening in real time, we are currently in the middle of my 5-year anniversary sale for one-on-one coaching. If you apply right now by March 30th, you can lock in up to 1 free month of coaching, get started for just $50, and a lot of other little bonuses and goodies for you guys to celebrate 5 years. So head to the link in my bio. Make sure you are applying. If you are someone who listens to this podcast every single week, if you are someone who really relates to everything I'm saying, you know what you need to be doing, but you just can't get yourself to follow through with it, apply for coaching. Let's chat a little bit more about how we can work together. Diving into it, today we're talking about why we hired a dog trainer, which is going to sound like a crazy topic for a health and fitness podcast, but I promise it is going to relate back to you and your goals. I was just out walking Sloan. It is a beautiful March day here in Denver. It was like 65 degrees out. And I was thinking about how I used to dread walks with Sloan. And she was honestly never a really bad walker. Like, she wasn't someone who pulled a ton. She's not reactive. She doesn't bark at other dogs. She's like decently good on leash, but she has this problem with sticks and with goose poop. And anytime she saw a stick or anytime she saw goose poop on the walk, which here in Denver, it was all the time, that is when she would start to pull me in a different direction. She was like eating the sticks. Sometimes she was choking on the sticks. It was just not a good situation. And every walk I would get so frustrated, like especially when I would walk her in the afternoon. That's when she tended to be worse. I would dread it. I would really want to avoid walking her for the afternoon because I knew the whole walk we were just going to be miserable, and then we would get back and I would be feeling frustrated with her, and then I would be feeling bad that I was feeling frustrated with her, and it was just like an everyday thing. But I would always tell myself it's not that bad. Like, I was like, oh, she's a really good dog. She walks really well on leash overall. So it's not that bad. We thought about, one of my clients, amazing clients, is a dog trainer. And we thought about hiring her for a long time. But I would always push it off. There were weeks where I would get frustrated enough that I would Google some strategies, I would watch some YouTube videos, I would come up with this little plan, and I would tell Michael about it. I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do during walks moving forward. And then I would get busy and this plan would fall to the wayside. I bet a lot of you can relate to this with your health and fitness journey. It's a priority until it's not. It's a priority every time you're feeling really frustrated. There are these weeks where you feel like you're like, okay, I can't keep doing this anymore. So you come up with the plan. You say that this is the week you're going to stick with it. This is the time that you're going to be super consistent with it. And then life gets in the way and you get really busy and you feel stressed about something else, and that perfect plan and all of the little research that you had done, it just falls to the wayside. You're like, I can't think about this right now. I can't prioritize this right now. I don't have the time or the energy to dedicate to this right now. So you push it off, and then a couple weeks go by and you get frustrated again, and you're annoyed that you're still feeling this way, and you're annoyed that you're still in this spot. So you come up with a new plan. And then the cycle just repeats and repeats. So I was the same way with dog training until one day, after a particularly tough walk, when I was feeling really frustrated, I got back from the walk and I was venting to Michael. And then I finally realized this is impacting my day to day. Every day after I walk her, I'm feeling frustrated. Every day after I walk her, I feel like my mental health is taking a little bit of a toll because I'm annoyed by this. And maybe this happens to you when you step on the scale every morning. Maybe this happens to you every single Sunday when you're frustrated that you didn't follow through with your plan again. Maybe this happens every single time you turn to the drive-thru. There is some sort of trigger on your health and fitness journey that when it happens, you feel really frustrated and you feel really annoyed. And when these things are happening multiple times a week, why are we pushing it off? Because what I realized with Sloan is I was like, if this is making me frustrated most days, why am I not doing anything about it? Why am I allowing myself to still sit in this and still get frustrated and still let this impact my goals? And again, a lot of you can probably relate to this. You're trying to DIY the problem. You're constantly just looking for more information. So you're, saving all of the recipes on Instagram. You are saving every tip and reel and TikTok that pops up on your feed, everything that talks, maybe it's even my content, listening to like these podcast episodes, thinking, okay, yeah, this is what I'm going to change. Like, this is what I need to do. Telling yourself, okay, I just need a little bit more discipline. I just need life to slow down. And then that's when I'm really going to prioritize it. But every week still feels like a reset because at the end of the day, you're not dedicating the time and the energy necessary in order to be consistent with it. What I finally realized with dog training is that we had a lot of blind spots and we really lacked education. There are a lot of other things in my life that I do want to spend my time on. I want to spend time working on my business. I want to spend time getting to the gym. I want to spend quality time with Michael. I want to be able to read my book with the bit of free time that I have. I didn't want to sit and watch YouTube dog training videos with my free time. That was not of interest to me. So as much as I thought this was a priority for me, once life got going and once life got really busy, I realized that it just wasn't. And this is probably something you're doing with your health and fitness journey. Right now, you're saving the Instagram tips when you're feeling frustrated. You're listening to the podcast episodes every day when you're in that cycle of, I need to do something about it. And then life gets really busy and you don't have time to make that plan anymore. All the mindset work that you said you were going to work on, you forget about it because that's a new skill and it takes a lot of time to learn a new skill. And when it's just you in your corner holding you accountable, who has time for that? Who is going to actually prioritize that new skill? So you keep going back to nutrition plans. You keep going back to finding a new workout plan. And you just keep hoping that things are going to get better and that you're going to figure this out, even though we're really stuck in the same cycle of doing the same thing week after week after week without doing anything about it. So the reason that we finally hired a trainer is because I knew that I wanted to solve this for good. I didn't want to have to keep coming up with my own plans. I wanted someone who was going to tell us what to do, but do so in a way that fit our life, and also someone who's going to help us follow through. So I needed someone with the expertise. I needed someone to give us some guidance, and I needed someone to tell us how to put these things into action week after week. And that's really what fitness coaching is. Good quality coaching is not just giving you a nutrition plan and hoping that you already know how to be consistent with it. With my coaching program, I am coaching you how to be consistent. We're figuring out how do these things fit in, even in those moments that you're typically throwing the plan out the window. When you're really busy, when you're really stressed, when you want to be hitting the drive-through. How are we staying consistent in those moments? All of the little moments where you're not currently holding yourself accountable, that is what we are fixing in one-on-one coaching together. Because truly, it's not like our dog trainer had all of this secret information. Like a lot of the things she even shared with us are things that I had seen on YouTube before, but they were changing how we implemented things. Her accountability with us helped create consistency. She helped us understand the patterns that we were currently missing. Progress happened a lot faster because we had spent money to dedicate to this thing. And that is what we're going to do together in one-on-one coaching. We're going to give you clarity so that you aren't constantly overthinking if you're doing the right or the wrong things. You are going to invest time and money into this. Not a lot of extra time, but you're investing money into this program. You want to make sure that you're making the most of it, which means that you're going to show up. You're going to tell me when things are feeling hard. We're going to be able to work through those things together instead of you just constantly falling into these old patterns where we give up as soon as things start to feel a little bit harder. And that's what we really want to do. I want you getting to the place where you know that this is something that you could stick with forever. I see this all the time with clients when they start one-on-one coaching. Clients who feel like you have tried everything, but you're still feeling stuck. This is where we get you out of that cycle, where we get food to take up a lot less mental space. And when you have that relief, like I did when I was hiring the dog trainer, of, okay, finally, this problem is getting solved. Finally, this is not something I'm going to think about every single day. Finally, this is something that I am going to solve for good. So I know a lot of us, high achievers, type A women, we think that we just can do it all ourselves. And we keep saying, like, I should be able to do this by ourselves. But at the end of the day, you're not prioritizing it, allowing other things to get in the way. Because of course, they always have. Your life is busy. Why would they not get in the way? So this isn't about just gritting down and having more willpower and making sure that you follow through. This is truly about learning how to fit these things into your real life. So if you're listening to this, you're realizing that you relate to my dog trainer story, you're exhausted from trying to figure it out on your own. You know that this is impacting your day-to-day life, but you keep pushing it off, forgetting that it's a priority for you. And then you get back into this cycle where you need to try to figure everything out all at once. This is exactly what we're going to fix together in one-on-one coaching. Don't forget, if you apply by March 30th, I am running a huge 5-year anniversary sale. When you enroll in 6 months, you're getting 1 month free. When you enroll for 12 months, you're getting 1 additional month free, plus you start for just $50. And everyone is getting a free month in my alumni group after they graduate one-on-one coaching to bridge this gap from full coaching into self-coaching. This is the largest promotion I have ever run, and it ends on March 30th. So get your application in so we can talk more about it and how I would get you out of this start-stop cycle so you can follow through for good. I am so excited to hopefully be working with some of you guys. I hope that this resonated with you. Maybe you're hiring a dog trainer too. Either way, thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you in a few weeks.